Hello, and welcome to our first look at Civilization VII. It's finally here. We've been waiting for ever so long. This is my very first dive into it today. We're going to get to see all the new changes, all the terrible UI, and all the goodness, hopefully, that the game has to bring. We'll be playing lots of Civ 7 coming up. I have no doubt. It is one of my favorite series of all times. The genre-defying 4X, as it is. It is my first look. I've seen a little bit of video, but not very much. I don't know a ton about the different leaders, the different ages, the different civilizations. So we're going to dive in. We're going to figure out who we want to play as, what we want to do, and the options. The various options moving forward. Catherine, Charlemagne, Confucius. Love a good science specialization. Cities. We're probably going to start by playing a bit more of a taller build. It's always kind of my favorite way to go. I find them a bit funner than militaristic builds. Lots of like double ups. Culture, bonuses for rivers, always fun. I'm kind of feeling Confucius maybe. Happiness. Good culture, but bad science. Himiko, high shaman. Or Himiko, Queen of Wa, Friend of Wei. Grant you and your ally 25% science. Wow. That's big. An expansionist wild card. Expansionist economics. Cultural diplomat. Cultural diplo-economic. I like that they just very clearly give out how they are meant to play. Napoleon and Napoleon in different pants. Cultural economic. I am feeling either Himiko, Queen of Wa, or Confucius. I do love my boy Confucius. Himiko is the new Korea with her science thing. Yeah. Trung Track had something science related too. Oh, I like that we have Tecumseh as well. I mean, we're probably going to end up in some military stuff, but who is Trung Track? Ah, militaristic and scientific. Yeah, science for war. So, big pressure. Twins are watching the first Civ game. If I wore different pants, you could be a different person. It's true. It's true. I think I'm feeling Confucius for an opening game. We get some big cities. We get some big science. We get to explore a little bit. We get to grow. We get to see what those mechanics are about. I think let's go with Confucius. He who goes to sleep with an itchy bum wakes up with a stinky finger. Good advice. Good advice. We'll start in the Antiquity Age because I want to explore all the ages. Axum, culture and economy. Egypt, bonuses on rivers. Obviously, that stacks very good if you're playing the other river-based faction. Greece, bonuses on the palace. Capitals and towns gain an additional population with their first growth event. Production towards the Wei Yang Palace. I mean, there is something about playing Confucius in hand that does definitely sort of merge together. We also get to build the Great Wall, which is kind of fun. Expansionist, scientific, and militaristic scientific. Diplomatic science. Palace gains science production towards building mundos. Mississippian, bonuses to food and monks' mounds. Persian is pretty economic, pretty militaristic. And then Rome, culture and district. Yeah, I think hand drew inspiration from Confucius. I mean, this seems like the obvious choice to me. Extra population. We get Shuko news. A great person can be trained in cities with at least 10 people. Can only be received once. And then the Great Wall. I mean, I love the idea of us just like blocking off a chunk of the map with the Great Wall. Can only be built in a line, cannot branch or fork. Unlocks Ming, Mongolia, and Qing. Let's do it. We're going to play on not deity. Sovereign for our first game, and then we'll see how much we want to boost it up. We'll play on standard. On Continent Plus. This is one of the other big complaints I've being seen, is that, like, standard is the only map size. There's no big. And that there's not a ton of options yet for advanced gameplay. They changed the difficulty names. I mean, we still have deities, so. Nax disasters. Yeah, I want to see what the base experience is, you know, before we start screwing with stuff too much. This is my first look. I want to see what it's all about.
Itself through the shaping of energy, the cultivation of order. Now, the Han shall be its ministers.
Confucius or Confucius came to prominence during the Zhou dynasty and turned to writing following a life in government. In contrast to a political climate in which rulers vied for powers and succumbed to vice, we cultivated an ethos of order, harmony, and tradition. His many writings stressed hard work and knowing one's place. Be a ruler, subject, parent, or child, Confucian thought would influence East Asian society for centuries. The Han were not the first of Chinese ancient dynasties, but they were its grandest. From Liu Bang's rebellion against the iron-fisted Qin came a balance between centralized authority and Confucian meritocracy. A wave of innovation in statecraft, philosophy, and science with an army of Shi Dafu scholar bureaucrats at home and an army of chariots, heavy infantry, and crossbows abroad. For 400 years, the Han held the mandate of heaven. Right up until the eunuchs and that lousy Deng Zhuo. Sounds like a cause for a riot. If they remove deity? Oh, absolutely, yeah. Kind of funny we're playing Confucius again after playing him in Era. It'll be a different thing. Before you embark on your journey to create an empire that stands the test of time, take a look at some of the fundamental concepts in the latest installment of the series. Once you begin the game, you will see tutorials that will teach you how to play and expert advisors. The Civipedia is open at any time. A game of Civ 7 consists of multiple ages. Each turn brings you a step closer to the next age. Some important events are a leap forward. Each age presents unique gameplay, new challenges, and an opportunity to change your strat. Your leader remains the same, but at the end of every age, you choose a new Civ with different abilities and units at your disposal. The legacy you create with each Civ will carry into subsequent ages. Legacy paths are the primary means which you can create continuity from one age to the next. 4 such paths: economic, cultural, scientific, and militaristic. Whether you focus solely on one path or diversify your efforts, the progress you will make will grant you unique and powerful abilities in the next age. In the final age, once you complete a legacy path, you will have the opportunity to perform one more decisive feat to seal your victory. Every game of Civ 7 has its own journey, and as you will see from the following tutorials and advisor message, there are countless ways to build an empire that will stand the test of time. Try to remain open to these ideas and be willing to adapt when necessary. You can pause at any time. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm so stoked. I'm so excited. What do we got, Neros? We've got incense, maybe? Marble? Pomegranates? They kind of look like horses? And some sort of city scout location up there. Your first settlement is sure to thrive near sources of water and abundant resources. Location is well suited to your needs. Order your founder to establish your capital. I mean, I'm okay with this. We got a bit of science down here, just one thing out of route. Bit of culture. We got the horses as well, which is always so nice. $115 gigs is very small. 15 gigs, yeah, must compress very well. They're not invisible. No, they're revealed right at the start. I think iron is as well, but I could be wrong on that. Behold Chang'an, the cultural center of the Han people. I do know one thing is like you can move districts around now too, so. The city and your future settlements provide your civilization-specific needs, food, production, and science. Production every turn, yes, should always be used for building new buildings. Choose production to begin. You have the opportunity to produce a warrior or a scout. Obviously, the answer is a scout. Training will begin at once. Select the next turn button. While the lands surrounding your city are visible, the rest of the world remains unrevealed. This is represented in the pattern tiles. Exploring the lands beyond is key to your Civ's survival and prosperity. When a unit moves beyond the extent of its vision, the lands beyond reveal themselves. Your scout is now ready to explore. This looks like a goodie hut, which is why I'm going for this first. But also, boy, bit of a bust of a location. We got movement speed. We've got technology. I feel like pottery is always the right choice. We get the Chukonu from Animal Husbandry. Camps and woodcutters, bonuses on pastures, plantations and clay pits, and then fishing boats. I mean, we don't really have any fish around. These are dates, incense, marble, and horsies. Camps and woodcutters. Choo 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 choo. Figure out how much everything has changed here. Let's go with some early pottery. This is very confusing because I also know like the way that these lines overlap is not obvious. Research takes time. Keep going through. Since your first unit has completed, you are free to choose what to produce next. The answer to that is, of course, another scout. I've played Civ before. Exploration has revealed a campfire. One of the discoveries that can be found in the world's closer inspection grants a hidden benefit. Try moving a unit there. Tech tree, great. Yes, understand. Thanks to the amount of food it has grown in populations, select Grow City to continue. When a city grows, it can expand into an adjacent tile, gaining the yield it offers while your settlement's people move to this tile to create an improvement or rural structure for them to live and work in. Tiles with high yields and tiles, blah, 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 blah. Specific yield types may better suit your strategy. Choose where you would like to expand. Well, I mean, early food is always good, but I feel like getting access to that marble. Production towards wonders. That's plus 10 science. Plus 2 food, plus 2 happiness. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. Picking this tile will give you a farm, a woodcutter, a mine, and fishing boats. Huh. I'm gonna go with the mine so that we can move towards the dates for that plus 2 food early on. Can I keep selecting things? Recent expansion has allowed you to improve a dates resource. Resources grant bonuses or abilities that affect your entire civilization. Buildings cannot be placed atop resources, so growing atop them is always a great idea. Fantastic. I feel like I gotta turn this down just a smidge. How's that? That feel a little better? Too many of them goody huts are also resources sometimes. Astronomers have crafted a tool for measuring the stars, hoping to discern meaning from the movements. The mysteries of the universe widen. Plus 30 science and happiness towards the next celebration, or 45 culture. I'll take 45 culture for now. And then let's get exploring. Love the look of these guys. Wool down here as well. I'm curious. Do I have to add the dates into my buildings? Age progression. Have 7 world wonders in your empire. My cultural advisor wants me to build wonders. My military advisor wants 12 towns or cities. Conquered settlements count as 2. My science advisor wants me to display 10 codices in my empire. And 20 resources for Silk Roads. Research writing, the first step towards establishing a great library, science legacy of the antiquity age. I mean, I feel like science is probably going to be what we work towards. Ah, here we go. Resource allocation. Manage the resources you've acquired via improvements. At the top are empire resources, which affect your entire civilization. On the left are unassigned city and bonus resources. On the right are settlements and resources assigned to them. Select one from the left and select an open slot. City resources can only be assigned to cities, but bonus resources can be assigned pretty much anywhere. Okay, and that's automatically assigned. Looks like incense over there. Yes, yeah. I mean, 10% science. She ain't bad. I guess I'll have one scout head this way, and then the other scout probably that way. The scouts have new abilities as well, like search, increase sight range for 1 turn, reveal all discoveries within twice this range. So we have a lot of silk around as well. The city's ready to grow. Yeah, I mean, I guess let's grow over to that incense. When you direct your people to work on a rural tile, they create a structure to work the land called an improvement. Some policies and stuff are able to improve improvement yields. It's going to take you 2 turns to cross. Oh, there's also goodie house over here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll keep moving this way for right now. We've met Isabella. That was quick. Isabella, queen of the lands. The queen is right. The queen is always right. Okay. We have 60 influence. Friendly greeting reveals the capital of either leader is nearby. Both you and your capital will be revealed. Why not? Make some friends. Love the fog of war tiles. They look really cool, yeah. We can interact with other people and set up our relationships for alliances, etc., etc. Diplomatic actions now cost influence. Endeavors are helpful for both of you. Sanctions are harmful. Espionage actions generally hidden from the other leader. All diplomatic actions except espionage and sanction will require the other leader to give a response, which may have an influence cost. Hinder research, agriculture, denounce. Farmers, markets. Okay, cool. She's probably going to steal that goodie hut from me. I suspect. I'm going to have him come across to here and then start heading west. I'm going to go for a triple scout opening. I feel like tutorial, fixed map. I don't think so. Nope. Just a standard world. Already girl bossing me around. Yeah, they did steal it. Amina. Okay. I mean, useful to know where everybody is. She is Egypt. So you're down there, and Amina is... We don't know. Mountainous deserts, the Congo crater. Congo Craton? Each civic unlocks social policies as well as unique effects that benefit your civilization. Once you've decided what to study, click on the civic to begin. Aha, so there is still a civic tree. Good. We could go for some early mysticism. Work on a religion, nice and early. Food in all settlements. Happiness and science in tropical terrain. I think that is our Mundo Perdido. Must be our like special building. No, that doesn't make sense. That's somebody else's special building. Survey, +1 scout movement and range. A free army commander. Oh, I see. We have to go discipline or mysticism. Oh, well, definitely mysticism then for us. Oh, or we can go for hand civics. The Great Wall adds culture. +1 happiness for each adjacent Great Wall. 6 combat strength for units defending in the tile. Hand unique improvement ageless. Does not remove warehouse bonuses. Can only be built in a line. Cannot branch or fork. +1 settlement limit. Cool. Old man surrounded by hot singles in his area. Just wanting to talk. We need a government before we can enact social policies. Despotism seems like the obvious choice for us. 20% science. No, also food, but probably I want to go science heavy here. Social policies. Complete civics throughout the ages to earn more policies. Select your first social policy now. Production and science in the palace. Correct. You want to swap, you need to change. I feel like she's just going to beat me to everything here. Worshippers have congregated under the torchlight of a shrine. The image of their deity looks down on them from a pedestal, forgotten by some, but not all. Take some culture boost. Why not? I'm going to move 1, and then I'm going to do this search ability again. So there's a goodie hut up here, but it's coastal. I'm wondering about where to build the Great Wall. So like I'm thinking, do I just cut off Spain like right here?
All are made of clay.
Brickyards. +1 production in clay pits, mines, and quarries. I mean, we do have a mine. Civilizations are remembered for their accomplishments in the past they take throughout history. Some spread their accomplishments across a wide range. Others are devoted to a single cause. The advisors are at your service. Like any great leader, you may change your mind at any time. Where do you want to focus the efforts of the Han people? Definitely science. Research and acquire technical knowledge to become the most advanced civ in the world. Your science advisor is here to guide you down that path. Legacy path, the Great Library. Research writing, get the Great Library. Great. Age progress. Well, I have unlocked writing thanks to pottery. So I guess I'm going straight to that. Seems like maybe a weird choice, but we'll see how we feel about it. So let's have you go 1, and then you're also going to do a little searchy search here. We got ourselves a goodie hut down that way. 1 more turn, and our 3rd scout is up. You've encountered a stranger from the village of Cirta, which they appear to be hostile. The village could potentially be a strong ally with the right amount of persuasion, but could also prove a threat to your civ. Finding the location would be wise. Once you've found the village, you can use influence to begin diplomatic actions. Sally Cube, thank you for the primer. Welcome in. Much appreciated. I hope you're excited for some civ. I know I am. This is a massive river system? Yeah. She big. She ate small, that's for sure. Effluence. Can I go that way? I wonder, does Isabella have a special thing that allows her, or Greece, I guess, have a special thing that allows her to go into the water, or did she just take sailing early, perhaps? Brickyard gives us more production. Production is king. When constructing a new building, you must choose a placement. Buildings can be placed in an urban district with an empty slot represented by the dark green color, or you may annex a new urban district tile represented in light green by placing it there. Yellow tiles containing rural populations and their improvements. Placing a building on these tiles is possible, but we'll replace it. This will build over the mine. I mean, why don't we build over this forest, probably? Because the mine is giving us good production already. That seems reasonable-ish. Barbarians become city-state. Yeah, so the barbarians are now independent cities. Independent states is what they're known as. And they operate a little bit differently. Challenge complete. Hick Draconis. Hick something Draconis? There's Serta. He's not going to be able to walk around that. Walk. So I should be able to get that secret spot. But how talk? I need 170 influence to befriend them. I only have 70. A lesson of Jen. On a warm autumn morning, citizens gather to hear Confucius speak. He encourages them to treat one another with respect, to always express care and empathy for their fellow humans. Train 2 settlers, build 2 libraries. Kindness must be earned, +1 warrior. We're going to be building 2 libraries for sure. Let's take that quest. These guys have grown, so we could take the incense for the extra science here, get a plantation on the other side of the river. I guess I'm going to go down this way with you in the meantime. I'm a little bit worried I'm going to get attacked here. I don't know how this is going to go. Sailing is a good choice since your capital is coastal. I mean, there just wasn't a lot of fish or resources, which is why I didn't go for sailing, so. Respond to diplomatic action. Amina is inviting you to share military aid. Support. Both units leaders receive +3 combat strength, except +2 gold per turn. Other leaders' units get +2 combat strength. I'm willing to take that. We make some friendships. We get on that next turn. Gold? There's gold in them there hills. We'll do a search here. And discover not a lot. Vyadapura village. These guys are hostile to me. Have we discovered her capital? We haven't. She must have, like, rejected my friendly friendship. Gold and sheep and wine. Isabella is inviting you to open markets. I get +2 gold. She gets +4, or we both get +6. But this costs me 60 influence. That's really nice, though. Or I could just reject it, but let's go supportive. For how long? Great question. Not clear. Would love to know more. Okay, so I'm seeing that she is really on a peninsula here. Which I suspect means she's going to be growing into my territory sooner than I'd like. Amina also wants open markets. I don't have enough influence to support that one. A poet has been driven into hiding because of his provocative remarks have offended townfolk. None can deny his talent. Gain 60 culture, but take 50 damage. That's like 6 turns of culture. How much HP do you have?
There is another world, but it is in this one.
New policies, gold. We'll keep tool making. Crises, overview. Okay. So that's mysticism. Public life would give us the Oracle. Code of laws, I guess, is not unlocked yet. Gain a free merchant. Access to Petra. +1 scout movement and sight does seem pretty nice. Science buildings gain a +1 science adjacency for quarters. +1 settlement limit. Let's go for discipline. I think we'll go over to hand civics afterwards. Ain't too big a rush on them. Our Pantheon begins. We're probably the first to get a Pantheon. They didn't get damaged? Oh, no. Yeah, they did. They did. It's just... you can only see it when you've, like, clicked on them. +10 growth rate in cities with an altar has already been taken. It's the only one, though, so we're the second religion to form. +1 food, +1 gold, 10% production towards constructing buildings in cities with an altar. +1 production on fishing boats in settlements with an altar. That's kind of interesting because of where we have the river. If we built along this river, we'd have a lot of fishing boats. God of the Sun, +1 culture, food, gold, happiness, production, and science on the altar. God of Wisdom, science on quarters in settlements with an altar. Training settlers in cities with an altar. +1 production on clay pits, mines, and quarries in settlements with an altar. I'm seeing us as either being a coastal province, coastal faction, or along this river. And picking up all this silk. The silk is obviously very cultural. Incense. Nice for science. The date's good for food and happiness. More incense over there. I like the idea of going down the river because it cuts off Spain. Production on fishing boats and settlements with an altar, warehouse bonus. The map wants you to recreate the Silk Road. I know, right? Yeah, let's go. Let's go with the God of the Sea. I always like production-based stuff too. Feels like you can't go wrong with it. Ooh, Jade. All right, we'll start pulling him back across. And then everybody else has already kind of moved here. Military aid, open markets. Okay, so there you go. 15 turns is how long these exist for. Okay, I don't really need that as a notification. We'll have this guy do a little search. Couple of goodie huts down here. And this looks like we're hitting more of the sea. So if I was to say build down here, another settlement. Which I'm going to want to start building ASAP. I already feel like it should have been the next thing we built. Can I purchase? No, money. Queue to second item. Cities can only make one thing at a time. It will add it to the queue. Yeah, I mean, whatever. It'll still be fine. Chiwaku village. We've not met them. These guys are hostile to us. I gotta know if that's a dead end or not. Hey, Tiwanku. Well, I'm glad we did that. So we know that these guys are kind of out here blocking up the road. You can move down and start gobbling that stuff up.
Close to the western summit, there is the dried and frozen carcass of a leopard.
Mount Kilimanjaro.
No one has explained what the leopard was seeking at that altitude.
Wow, they started with Mount Kilimanjaro like in their territory. Insane production and happiness tiles. They're also clearly going to be moving a settler up somewhere here, so definitely cutting them off. Maybe building the wall along this river is going to be what we have to look to do. Absolutely rigged, right? Leopard seeking enlightenment. Oh, okay. Rude, just cutting off my scout like that, but okay. 45 culture or 75 gold. Take the culture. If we pick up all this silk, which is quite possible, we're going to end up pretty high up on culture. You guys settled a town nearby. The Wadi Farine has flooded. Damage in this area is severe. Okay, so flooding is still existed. And Isabella has sparked a diplomatic incident. Settling too close to another Civ's capital has gained us 60 influence. We need, what, 170 to befriend them? 170 to befriend them. We discovered a new continent. Our explorer is naming it Panotia. Not to be mistaken with Panacotta. A similar and delicious settlement. Okay, the nice thing is that they did decide to grow right, like east instead of west, so. The brickyard. The brickyard is a special type of building called a warehouse, which grows more efficient when its correlating improvements are present in the settlement. Good
I'd
to
like
know.
to thank Jeff. He has now given me more benefits than one of his delivery drivers.
Thanks, Jeffy.
A gentleman chair.
Jared, thank you so much for the 8 months of primer. TTS almost had a stroke there, but it seems like they figured it out. Where we want to go here? I'd like to scout these guys so that I can actually see where their civilization is. A settlement over here would obviously be really nice. Gold, sheep, wine, rivers. Some rough grassland, but I'm okay with that. iron. So iron is shown right away on the map as well. Horses and iron. Another settler? You've got to be joking me. Dude. How you make settlers so fast? That's outrageous. Cavalry units gain combat strength. So I'm kind of just like thinking about moving down here to cut off these sheep and also to cut off whatever his expansion plan is right now. Oh, I thought that would culture bomb. It did not. Stressed out. What difficulty are we playing on? We are playing on Sovereign, I think it's called. Goes deity, something else, and then I think Sovereign. You know, maybe I should have kept that scout there to try and block him, but... we could improve our relationship, or I could reject... She denounced me. I'm going to reject her denouncement. We're not going to allow that to happen. I'm sorry, I thought that was going to give me 120 influence. I think it cost me 120 influence. Oh, man. 100%. That's less what I was going for, but... You live, you learn, I guess. Many soldiers are beginning guarding a crumbling fort. They say they await orders, but months have passed without news or supplies. Send 15 production home. Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna rob me for sure. Gold is very powerful. It's good to instant build things with it. Ah, I can instant buy a settler actually. Which is precisely my plan. I have to try and beat him to whatever this spot is. I am worried about his shenanigans. Couple other goody huts down here. It seems like this whole continent is like unexplored at the moment. Let's, I'm just going to pull this scout back right now to try and do some blocking. Because I am concerned about this aggressive forward settlement he's doing.
All thought, but the written word commands it.
Legacy Path, the Great Library. With knowledge of writing, our dreams are as real as lines in the sand, but also as fragile. Whenever we choose to record, we must ensure it lives on for all time. Let us set our discoveries down in codexes and stored in the library. Build a library and earn a codex by completing research on writing 2. Which is just the mastery. Steal technological advancement. Gain a tech from the target you have not researched. If the Civ has no eligible techs, gain science instead. Ooh. I'm kind of thinking about animal husbandry here just so I can get some Choku news, because I'm a bit worried about Isabella's aggressive plays at the moment. So I'm going to try to push her back. We have our first celebration. Because you've maintained your people's happiness so well, they have decided to have a celebration in our honor. Celebrations are a period of time when your people are more productive. It's up to you to decide where to direct this energy. Keep an eye on duration as celebrations do not last forever. Production towards training infantry units for 10 turns, or 20% science for 10 turns. I'm going to take the 20% science, which is not a lot of science, but... And we're open to a policy change. Gold in all settlements or culture in the palace. Let's grab culture in the palace for right now. A newly elected governor has earned the people's favor with her impassioned speeches. She seems adept at riling up the people. +1 warrior or +1 scout. I have enough scoots right now. We can now also build Great Steel, a world wonder. 200 gold when you construct a wonder in this settlement, including this one. Ageless, must be placed on flat terrain. I'm going to build him a little lookout tower just so we can keep an eye on what's going on here for right now. And we got a goodie hut over this way, so let's just beeline towards that. Writing's so good, they invented writing too. The typewriter. I mean, writing is pretty great. You can't deny it. Going to sea.
Which is of no use.
Full play. Scout movement. Fortified districts. My first army commander and a free army commander. Oh, yeah, I'm going to take that. Instead of culture, we'll take the +1 scout movement. This is my first army commander, which can schlorp up units now as well. Which is a neat new thing. The schlorping. Code of Laws gets a free merchant. Public Life gets us combat strength and some culture. The Hand Civics gets us the Great Wall. Let's go with the Great Wall. I do absolutely, definitely want to build that. We got to keep these Spaniards out of our backyard somehow. Oh, you robbed me. You stole my goodie hut. Curses. I think he's trying to juke around and take this spot now. AI is making some plays. I tell you what. Do a little search here. My search range is massive with this bonus that we just picked up. A group of nomads have noticed that the cattle they follow have dwindled. Many argue that their way of life is no longer sustainable. 30 influence or spend a turn of happiness to gain 1 population. Let's do that, dudes. That goes to our capital. There's another goodie hut over here. I wouldn't mind doing a scouting while I'm down here, though. So we might hit that up. This city continues to grow. Interestingly enough, I cannot grow in this direction anymore. Horses will also give us a pasture. This will give us more fishing boats, and then we could move on to that marble. Those horses are in our terrain, so why don't we move on to the fishing boats and we'll pick up the marble as well. And is this really where we want to build this city? It's a 1 production tile. We get the silk. We do get a flood risk tile as well. I wonder, like, if I built down here, would it be a little bit better? Not necessarily a clear answer. This is the end. Oh, dudes, we're totally building the Great Wall. Like, if I could, I'd build it right here. I'm going to build it like along this river, though. That's a lot of hoplites, Isabella. That's an awful lot of hoplites, Isabella. Could I steal the settler? I mean, possibly, but it would be a tricky play. Hey, Charlemagne. Charlemagne. While others rule by the sword, I rule by the grace of God and also the sword. I'm going to be friendly to him because if he's on the other side of Isabella, there is a good chance he could be my buddy. You're at 8. You're at 28. Okay, so all these people still like me, theoretically. I just really don't trust that army of hoplites on my border. Oh, neat. This mountain range blocked the view of my scout. I didn't expect that would happen. I can still see that there's stuff over here, but I can't actually reveal the tiles. Yeah, she's racing for it. So it looks like 1, 2, 3 tiles away is how far you can build. So I could build here. I could also build here, but I kind of want to sneak that silk away from her. And this would still let me build all the way down. Your people have made a new home, providing you with your first town. Like a city, food from this settlement allows you to expand into nearby tiles. However, buildings and units in town can only be purchased via gold. You can also spend gold to turn a town into a full-fledged city, though the gold cost is greater the more cities you have. The town of Handan has truly begun to establish itself as a home for the Han people. Towns are critical for your economy. Production is converted to gold. You can spend gold to upgrade. There are trade-offs. Consider keeping it a town for now. Growing town. Phew, man, stuff's expensive. Okay. Grow the town. Well, I want that silk, so let's just steal it. Boom. Now we have a fishing boat. Production, happiness, and food. I mean, yeah, let's be greedy. So I can plug this silk into my capital as well. Feels like everyone is playing Civ 7 on the follow list. I mean, we've all been waiting a long time for this one, so I ain't too surprised. Gypsum. All right, you're going to go down this way so we can avoid that river just a smidge. Ah, I see. This is a lake. It's not like a permanent feature. Dude, another settler. Looks like your relationship with Isabella has changed due to their agenda. Remember, you may not need to directly communicate with another leader for your relationship to strengthen or deteriorate. Check their profile to view more information on the status. Now it's a red 15. I'm going to denounce their military presence. We have become hostile towards each other. At this point, I can declare formal war against Isabella via the leader banner screen or by moving units into their territory. Sorry, why are we at war? I denounced them. That's all I wanted to do.
Codicio vuestras tierras se corona para mí, mas para aumento del reino de Dios, el cual es...
Okay, I have a +3 combat against her, but also she has hoplites, which are probably a lot better than mine. Where are my Chokudus? I still don't have access to them. Start building warriors. I guess Amina has denounced me as well. She declared war on you after you denounced her, but it didn't show until after you closed the screen. Yeah, it's a little... The decision tree of that is a little bit weird in how that was revealed. Obviously, I am very worried about a war this early. You had the you guys are cultural. You guys are science. You guys are military. I'm going to befriend these guys. Okay, a couple goody huts down here. We'll work on getting this one.
The caged bird.
There's my Chokudus. Oh my god, thank god.
Butterflies.
Commanders gain experience when one of their nearby units engages in combat. After gaining enough experience, you can choose powerful promotions that yada yada yada. Coordinated attack. Order all infantry and cavalry within command radius to attack a specified target. Order all units within command radius to build temporary fortifications. I have 18 strength and they have 22. They get a +2 for having an adjacent hoplite, but they get a -3 due to war weariness. Thank God I have enough money to buy a Chokunu. Promote, skip turn, fortify, assemble, build temporary fortifications. Or I could do this and have him attack. I think let's get these guys to build fortifications. I don't know how long that takes, but I feel like having some defense here is going to be useful to us. If the Chokunus are in the city, they should be able to shoot out, so Do you use the AML launcher? Mod community is insane. Oh, for XCOM. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. XCOM mods are so good. It is a top tier modded experience. Where is cavalry? Spearmen, archers, tier 2 Chokunus. Oh, I like that. Your basic unit does actually level up. The wheel gives us ballistas and chariots. +5 combat strength when attacking adjacent units. Higher zone of control and a higher defensive stat. Okay. I mean, obviously, like, we're going to be into some fighting here. I'd rather be working on our science right now than this war, but she don't really feel like I got much of a choice. I have to take rating 2 eventually, so we can work on it for now. I got a warrior coming in 2 turns. I'm going to have another Chokunu after that, and then probably a library when that's finished. Isabella has a horseman over here. Oh, fantastic. I'll try to stay out of range of it. Calamity has swept through, leaving wood and clay splintered, charred, and broken. Some have escaped, others not so lucky. Science and production. Let's take that. For sure. Cavalry's under ironworking. How does she have a horseman? That's such a high level tech. Don't make any sense. That don't make no sense at all. I'd love to steal that settler, but I don't see any way that I can actually do that. Goody Hut, maybe, yeah. Mount Piku has become active. It could erupt at any time. Cool. Charlemagne is inviting us to share military aid. Both units get +3 combat strength. Yes, I will take that. Charlemagne, you are my bro. I value you. I appreciate you. You are giving me life. You are giving me wisdom. Wait, hold on here. If I take you and I do a coordinated attack, infantry and cavalry, focus fire, ranged units. Okay, so if I grab... Okay, hold on. Give me my Chokunu. Ranged attack. Fire. Fire. Then this guy, we do a coordinated attack, and both of these infantry units charge. Coordinated attack. Only needed one. Maybe I can get this settler after all. This guy's got no promotion points yet. But this is promising. Dude, there's also the settler over here. Part of me is wondering, like, could an army commander steal a settler? If I could steal both of his settlers, ooh, man, what a game changer we'd be in. Here's the city of Khotan. Also hostile, also militaristic. But I appreciate that for whatever reason, the hostile barbarians are not really openly attacking me. Feels like they're more just curious than anything else. There's another goody hut down here. 2 goody huts down here. Special delivery? I walked a settler into your territory undefended. Oh, you don't immediately win the fight. Army commander has earned enough experience to get their first promotion. I don't believe you can take settlers anymore, only kill them. It does seem to be the case. 2 combat strength for land units with a command radius when defending. Maneuver. Commander has +1 movement while on land. Ignores terrain restrictions when packed. Better yield. Production. Gold bonuses. Units can move after unpacking from this commander. I mean, that seems the most useful. Just in terms of basic everything, but then I feel like going Bastion would be more suited for us. Like, for example, I could attack with you. Oh. Okay, that was weird. What if I gobble up and then spit you out, and then you can attack? Maybe, but I think not. Okay, we're just going to keep exploring down in all these here directions. I'm going to try to move on those goody huts. You're going to found me a settlement. Jin Yang. A seat of authority has traditionally been shared among representatives from different towns. Some have begun to argue that those who live in the capital are better poised to delegate issues to the rest, and their voices are growing louder. 10% production towards all buildings, or 15% towards constructing buildings in Chang'an. Considering that that's the only one that uses production right now, I'm going to give it to them. Wine, +2 happiness in the capital and +10 culture when in a celebration. Or sheep, +2 production, +2 happiness. I mean, I feel like both of these are good answers. So let's do that. Put that production in there. Oh, the wine is an empire resource. We're doing military aid. These guys started another city up there. All right. Feel good about that. Army commander's quite an interesting thing. Yeah, I really like the way it works so far. You've reached the limit on how many settlements your citizens can easily maintain. If you acquire additional settlements, you take a -5 happiness on all your settlements for each one over the limit. Gotcha. Ah. Hello, Ibn Battuta. Welcome. I'm going to be friendly. I'm going to be friendly with everybody unless they're Isabella. So I can gobble, move, and then ungobble. Ah, sugar. Ah, sugar. I cannot ungobble. Gobbling takes movement. Oh, those settlers are escaping. This will give me a clay pit. That's a mountain. They can't get over that anyway. I feel like I'm going to take this so that my territory connects. Our settlement of Hadan stands unguarded in these dangerous times, but not unnoticed. The forces of the Greek Empire approach, and we must bare our fangs to protect the citizens. Send military units to this urban center immediately. Well, I mean, we're working on Chuko News. And then I kind of need a library. Do a little scout down here. No sign of what we're looking for, though. My scout was destroyed. Oh, man. Right next to two goody huts. This guy wants to trade maps. I mean, he's got a lot of land, so... Oh, I don't have enough to do that. I only have enough to accept this. So he's going to get all my maps. What's her agenda? Is it empire size? I don't really know. Yeah, she hasn't been overly clear on her aggressive decisions right now. So... For whatever reason, I can't move there. So I want to know, can I deploy... Like, could I deploy my Chuko New here? Deploy there. No, that didn't work. I mean, it kind of worked, but not really in the way I was hoping. Dense foliage, war weariness, difficulty bonus to combat. This guy looks like he has more units in his command. $21-19. I mean, I am winning that still. Alternatively, I could just fortify here. He has to go through me. And then I can add him back in. So, I don't know. I have 2 Chuko News on him. He's got to get through a fortified, very narrow passageway. If I could move on those sheep, the wall here would be so strong. Ageless. We do need to build a library. For each adjacent resource and +1 for each adjacent wonder. +2 science from the northeast and the southwest. Oh, because it scales off resources. I can't build it over here because I guess I have no urban tiles. Seems to be the deal. Does get rid of my dense foliage bonus there. You seem like you're in a pretty dangerous spot, little guy. Little scout. Especially considering the fact that you're already wounded. Workers have stopped mining a quarry for a lack of pay. The supervisor threatens punishment. I'm actually going to take that money. Because I need money to start building up some of these other things. I could build a warrior or a chokunu here right now with gold. And fire at that settler. This is a really good... This guy gets defensive bonuses anyway, so if anyone tries to attack him across the river, he'll be safe. Terrain, cliffside. Yeah, so whatever this this little like cliff here is stopping units from moving across those tiles. He's going to charge me and fail, but he is bringing in more and more guys. You can move one, and then you should be able to shoot that settler. Very interesting. You have to click and then left click on a unit. I always think of like right click as the confirm button. Well, let's have probably this guy shoot first. Can actually kill them. Then this guy can deploy here. He's in slightly better shape as well, so he can fortify. This guy can heal. This hoplite is at C, so he takes extra penalties. Oh man, I am pounding her in this war right now. Does it pay to be complicit? Word breaks out that an elite officer has violated policy and will not be disciplined. Amid investigations and disagreement, the officer supervisor is found to have accepted a bribe. The officer's work is worth more than his crime, 50 gold or 25 influence. This is a betrayal of Confucian teachings. I mean, wow, this is such a difficult gamble here because it's like, I need the gold to build things, but I also need the influence to take over some of these city-states, so... Could wipe her out, build the wall on the other side. I mean, that's true. I could build the wall like over here. That would be a huge wall. Can you imagine? Like go say, let's say from here into Jinyang. Oh, it can't go around it can't go through mountains is the only thing. So I could build it like this and bring it all the way down to this lake. It could actually keep going all the way down to Panotia. Dude, that would be insane. Can we try to do that? The soldier exhales slowly and rests the new against their hip. Target in sight, the soldier cocks the lever forward and back, releasing a slew of arrows in rapid succession. They look like shooting stars dancing across the sky. Plus 25 science or plus 1 extra Chukonu. I mean, I'm going to take the extra Chukonu right now. What, are you kidding me? These guys are literal machine guns. Satisfied at last, the writer sets down their quill. They've spent countless hours writing down words to scratch them out and rewrite them. All will be worth it if the reader finds joy in this text. A codex. Nice. You've produced a codex containing great wisdom. Managed in the great work screen. You need to slot them into cities. Plus 2 science. Okay. So all the settlements are available. First codex has automatically been slatted into your capital. Great. Great, great. This guy wants open borders. I'm fine with that. I'll take plus 2 gold a turn. Got an old house. dealing with different sized doors. I mean, I feel like that's just standard. The more you learn about how things are built, the more you realize, like, nothing is built properly to code. The enemy approaches hand in, but they don't actually. This poor scout is still getting chased around. This guy feels like he's doing okay. Another hostile group here. But it looks like we finally have tundra and probably the southern sea. This guy's holding up pretty well.
The spoken word conquers all thought, but the written word commands it.
These guys are getting reinforcements, but I can shoot them from across the sea here. What if I was to slurp you? Then I could move you. Move you. Shoot this guy again. Get a promotion on my commander. +2 strength for ranged units within the command radius. I mean, that's so good for him. With defending. I like how I was like, I'm going to be defensive, and I'm just constantly being like, ooh, but more guns. You have a shot on him. He's 2 strength away. Why not? You should have a shot on him. You're going to move back into Hangdang. And we're going to fortify with you. I think I'm going to keep moving you down this way. You can deploy, you can assemble, you can only assemble people who have movement left. So I'm just going to, I guess, move you down onto the front lines here. This town's ready for a little bit of growth. We have some coastal dyes. We also have gold. You come out to there. Woodcutters or woodcutters. Farms this way. Camels that way. I guess let's grab this guy. Start working on the gold. We have another codex. Another leader has opposed our war. You have unlocked an espionage action as well. Taken secretly against other civs. The target will know that action has happened, but won't know who are responsible. Steal technological advancements. Success chance 100%. So yeah, somebody got involved in this war and gave me a -1 to attack, which I don't appreciate too much. Let's get the fishing. Get that sailing. Get these fishing boats up a little bit better. Nowhere to display the codex. Yes, we're working on the library currently. As best as I can. You're going to keep going down that way. Let's have you head down this way. And then they're going to start fleeing. I bet. Influence game loop is pretty interesting, but needs getting used to, especially needing to remember to bank influence for stuff. Yes, holding on to it is definitely seems like it's a pretty big key. So I could slurp. Can I slurp again? Oh no, I can only carry so many units at a time. That's interesting. I have nobody defending this settlement, which has me a little bit nervous, but... Emissaries from Tiwanku have arrived to pronounce that Han Empire deserves all glory and respect. To honor their friendship, they present a generous gift of 25 science. This independent power will convert to a city-state tune with you as its suzerain. They have bestowed another gift. So we're just getting +2 per turn here because we befriended them. Cool. So we'll have a northern city-state. Sirta can become our militaristic city-state. So could Khotan. And if we build the wall... Dude, I like the idea of this wall more and more. It could be big. One might even describe it as bougie. Huge scouts. There is the capital of Axum. Wow, I like, this guy started all the way down here. Nobody near him. I started here, and it's like I'm pinned in by 2 other PCs. He's dead. That's an army. Excuse me. Excuse me. Amina? Unfriendly relationship? Agenda, Desert of the Warrior Queen. Likes civilizations that don't have settlements in desert or plains. Dislikes those in deserts or plains. SpaghettiOs. This guy likes us because we've revealed the most tiles. This is obviously a war coming to my doorstep. One more turn, I can declare peace. I don't like that you can't say where your units go. Like, to me, that's a bit of a bummer. What is the latest style in Roman Empire? It's the question I hear daily. They appear to be ahead of us by several civics, and some people are starting to take notice. Perhaps more culture output is in order. What's our culture like? All right, our culture is pretty bad. We got the worst culture. We got pretty bad science. Currently, I'm bad at everything. The only thing is that I have 3 cities. And I guess I do have a massive army at this point. This is clearly Charlemagne. Glad we finally found him. I need money to build things. Okay. Press the other deploy button. Could just release your units one by one if you want to control them more. Is it possible to do that? I'm getting the feeling I tried to do that, but 1 city and 2 towns, technically. You are correct. Technically correct. Your scout was destroyed by a slinger from the Khotan. Isabella has changed our relationship. Like, this is so obviously a war. I'd like to get just like a little extra experience here. I was smart. I would have actually been able to use his special ability and do like multi-shot on this guy. Your warriors have put in enemy territory. To take Corinthos, you need to destroy its defenses, occupy all fortified districts, and the settlement center. I mean, it's possible. This guy's building fortifications here right now. Let's probably keep building south down here right now. I have a lot of fishing boats. I have like no like urban districts. This one gives me happiness for some reason. If I built here, it might push these guys off of this silk. Which might actually not be a bad idea for right now. Screws up their attack just like a little bit. But I think I need to turn around and get ready for this. These guys are wounded. They can get killed by a Chocanu in like a single turn. I could send her a denouncement for being so close to me, which would probably send her directly into war. So I guess my question is like, are you interested in peace? She will reject this deal. There's nothing else we can trade for. There's only settlements. That's a bit lackluster diplomacy, but... Livy, hello. Girlfriend got you this game. You're loving it? Nice. Very good. Boats give production if we have an altar. Which currently we don't. Here's the thing. I don't like the idea of her getting out of this war with no punishment. Like, if she gets to keep all her stuff, then she's not going to learn a lesson. Also, she's doing really good in things like science right now. For reasons that I can't understand, but... My big thought is, like, if I denounce military presence, it seems like I get an automatic +3 to combat strength against her. Versus if she declares a surprise war on me, I don't get that. And I'm obviously about to get war decked by her. Kiri, hello. Welcome. Welcome! Come on in, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're playing a little game as Confucius right now. It's going... It's our first game. It's going okay. We're at war with the Spaniards, but we can get out of it any minute. Amina is on our doorstep, clearly also about to go to war with us. We're getting ready to build a great wall from sea to shining sea. It's been going pretty good. Welcome on in. How was your Civ today? I was hiding a little bit in your chat earlier this morning. Civ is here. I'm so excited. I'm really enjoying it so far. You know, I definitely echo some of the UI complaints. They're pretty obvious, but for the most part, the game is running smooth. It's been enjoyable. It's been clear what's happening. So welcome on in, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're building ourselves the great big wall. I don't know that Mexico is paying for it. Spain, maybe. Dasmish, Oderig, hello, Lilum, Cancel, Aranor, Sarig. Hi. Bugoth, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good. I just had a handful of issues, but nothing serious. Yeah, there's been like a little oddball here and there, but it's been nice. We've been doing a bit more of a, I guess like a diplomatic science playthrough is what we've been focusing on. We've made some friends with the nation to the north, and we have a couple of other like little military nations. But my goal is kind of to push out Isabella right now, and we want to build a wall literally from this point. We get the Great Wall, so I could build it all the way down past this lake, I think to this mountain. This massive wall cutting me off to the rest of the world. And that seems kind of fun, so... Mustache, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Also, Sarek Silver, welcome to the agency. It's not Spain, it's Isabella. Right, it's Isabella with Greece. You are correct. It's going to take a while for my brain, I think, to figure that out. I think let's denounce this military presence. Yeah. Because it gives you an... I think it gives you an automatic +2 if you do that. Ooh. Complete one of the list of requirements to unlock civilizations. Why did this just pop up? Oh! Cool. Shawnee King plays the Han, so we get these guys for modern age. Have 3 siege units, improve 3 horses, and play as the Han. If we want to play as Mongolia, improve 3 silk. Have 8 resources slotted in 1 settlement. Play as Confucius, plays the Han. Dude, we actually have this much silk in our empire. We could probably get Ming. I don't know why this just popped up. Just automatic, I guess. Genghis Khan, I mean, also sounds pretty fun. Yeesh. Damage unit, dense foliage. Warrior Queen of Zazu, +5. And they're getting military aid. As we devour your cities with war, we will open the gates and let the hyenas break your bones. All right. That's a bit intense. I just wanted peace. All I ever wanted was peace. I think probably at this moment it's a good idea to say, let's get out of this war.
Sí. Envíalo a mi secretario y mándelo con mi sello.
And I'm going to slurp up all these units with my army commander and then move them over there. Amina has declared war. She hates my guts. Likes civilizations that don't have natural wonders in their borders. Dislikes those that do have natural wonders. Oh, I wonder, does Isabella just start with a natural wonder because of that? That must be the case. Jess, hello. Welcome. Happy belated Gary raid. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. All right, let's see how this war goes. Obviously, Handan's going to take some heat. She packed up. And she is going to surround my city next turn. Uh-oh. That's bad news, Bears. Ooh. Choku Nu. Where are you going? There for now? You're going to shoot the army commander. You're actually going to do pretty decent damage. I'm not sure like where I can really go here. Because if she expands and takes all these slots, I'm not really going to have a lot of ways in. Handan does have fortifications though, so they should be able to hold out for a while. This homie wants to start a farmer's market together. I love that. +3 per turn in towns. So these are my 2 small towns would get that. At the cost of 60 influence. I mean, that's not actually that bad. I'll take that deal. How am I liking Civ 7? I've heard some mixed reviews. I think the mixed reviews are a lot of things that are going to be addressed in an early patch. I highly suspect things like the world size only currently goes to standard. There's not a lot of map creation options. Like, both of those things are pretty easy to patch in. The UI is a whole other problem, but it's also so prominent in every negative review. I find it unlikely that they don't do something to deal with it. They have to address it somehow. Whether or not it is soon or kind of further down the road is another question entirely, but I think that they'll have to deal with that somehow. I like the gameplay so far, at least. Chukonu better, not Chokanu. I mean, I'm trying to say it right, but I'm... That's a gamble. There's a lot of different things here. Yes! Great Wall. Can only be built in a line. Science quarters get bonuses. We get +1 settlement limit.
The fair breeze blew,
and we unlock sailing.
foam flew. The
Bonuses
fire
for food on
flew.
fishing boats.
We were the first that ever burst into that silent sea.
We can embark, and we get +1 food on all fishing boats. A codex is complete. You've achieved a great milestone in hand science. Codices are essential for progressing towards a great library. Okay. Next objective is mathematics and an academy. We have learned our first leader attribute point. There's too many things happening. No, tell me about that again. Attributes you choose will apply for the remainder of the current age as well as all future ages that we participate in. Some points are specific attributes, but wildcard points can be put anywhere. I have a science point. Palace and city halls. Great. Awesome. How do we get more of these? You can't shoot. But I could pull you back here and have you take a shot at somebody. Let's kill these guys with the Chokinu. It's still alive. My God. Making a pun. The devs have been really replying to the negative reviews, stating they're aware of the UI issues. Okay. I'm really curious because I saw a guy complaining on Blue Sky about it this morning, and he was responded to by the lead UI developer that got let go in late 2023. And this guy didn't openly say anything, but he was like, I have some context about this for journalists. And I'm really curious. I feel like the story about what's going on with the UI is going to come out probably pretty soon, but it seemed like a lot of the UI work that he did was scrapped for whatever reason. I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of parts in play. But it was like, I was curious about it. I want to know a little bit more. Geographers mold a land out of rice, presenting three-dimensional map of Han territory to the court. Surveying the terrain, advisors wonder what its future holds. Will these borders grow with new settlements or get drowned in soya sauce? Prepare for expansion, strengthen Han identity. Money would let me build some stuff in my towns. Which would be kind of nice. Granaries, saw pits, brickyards. You can now build the Great Wall, a unique improvement placed atop of existing improvements and specifically synergize with your civilization's specialties. I need 240 gold to build this. I also want to build it here, and I want to know that it will go all the way. Let's wait a turn because I can build that next turn. That also means if I was to take this, I could potentially build that. I do want this. 20% gold towards purchasing buildings would be huge, but I got to take a look at what this Great Wall is going to give me. So I'm going to be greedy and just do this for right now. This also cuts off anyone sneaking up here. So Framo, hello, good morning. Hope you're having a good time despite the issues. Honestly, I'm having a great time. I read today it was World Optimist Day, and I thought that was the perfect thought for this, because I was like, well, I'm in an optimist mood. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying this. +1 food for adjacent navigable river terrain and coastal terrain. Irrigation could be really helpful. I need to pick up mathematics is my next big tech. So yeah, let's go with irrigation. Get us some FUD. And we unlocked Xi. We could get Li or Yi. Chuko Nu gains +5 combat strength when defending. The Wei Yang Palace, +6 influence. I'm really kind of behind on culture right now. Gate of all nations, +2 support on all wars. Wow. Terracotta army. Oratories, Petras, merchants. +3 combat strength on fortified districts and an oracle. Base yield +2 culture. Must be placed in rough terrain. Great questions here. +2 food in all settlements. So these are these little quills. I think these are the things that you like slot in. Yeah, like +1 influence on science buildings. Also kind of nice. I like the idea of getting some merchants. Even if he's a merchant that we have to send all the way down here to Axum because he's our only friend. Or Charlemagne, who's also down all the way down there. We have succeeded in building our first library. The altar would be nice. Would be very nice. So many things. So many things. Soppets get bonuses on camps and woodcutters. Farm pastures, plantations, food on fishing boats. +1 happiness for each adjacent wonder. Receives additional benefits from Pantheons. Antiquity happiness buildings can be... So this will give me a bunch of good stats, and it will also boost all my riverboats. I was kind of thinking I'd build it here, and then I could build a wonder here and here. I'm concerned about the fact that I can't seem to build on the other side of the river. Okay, I can if I build a fishing quay. Fishing quay. I mean, that would not be a bad spot for it, because I have boats on either side right now. Also, though, if I built it here, I could get coastal fishing boats. Options, 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 options. And then the Great Wall is also... I just don't know how this is going to look. A galley could be nice because we get to be able to explore a little bit. But I think considering that I think I'd like the altar. And then we give us some room. How is Budget Humankind doing? It's going well, dude. Edge Brian, good to see you. We're low on everything? I mean, yeah, kind of. Merchant range isn't very high, but there's still 20 turns. I mean, there is still, like, other stuff we could do with the merchant. I don't have to send him down there. I could send him to Isabella, like, if I really wanted to. Looks like she's sending a merchant to me, so... Can I deploy any of these? No. Please, sirs, let my army come out. Let them play. I just want to know what goodies you have. City of Troy, another science city. I think probably I'll cut this scout up here and see if we can get those last 2 goodie huts that we found. This poor little Chukonu. Can't really get in range of anything here. I think I might actually just put them back in my city on the fence. This guy's got 2. He's got 2 warriors as well. Plus we got the extra guy down here. You know, if I was smart, I'd kill her army and move on Wasset, which is still a pretty decent option for us. Ogrefest and Molly, thank you for the follows both. Welcome to the agency. If y'all like Civ, I'm going to be playing a lot of it. We're playing a ton today. We're going to be going extra long today. And it's going to be a big mainstay of the channel moving forward. I do a lot of 4X games here. Strategy is kind of my main focus. So I guarantee you going to see more of it. I would really like to befriend these guys. You know, they've got 170 to get them. They are on our borders. Khotan, same sort of deal, but these guys are a lot more prominent. I reckon I'd be fools not to. Let's deploy. Yeah, see, this I don't love. Like, you deployed my ranged unit here instead of, like, there. Which would have made sense. Say lobby. Give him the shoot. Correct me if I'm wrong. Can I kill this army commander right now? I can. That's huge. And yeah, I guess it's like the army commander is required for that movement. And you know what, though? This guy is in range that I can actually shoot him across the river with this Chukonu. Boom. That entire army just got absolutely trashed. Only Civ I'd like is Sid Meier's Pirates. I mean, Sid Meier's Pirates was absolutely peak. It is still the best pirate game. 20 science or production towards infantry units. Let's take the science. We have a ton of infantry units right now. And let's grab +2 gold in all settlements. I don't really care about the culture so much. I also don't really care about the scouts too much, so let's swap those out. I mean, I still have this scouty boy, but he's probably going to get killed in, who knows, maybe a turn. Uh-oh. The Han civilization continues to flourish. Now's a good time to remember what makes your leader and civilization different. Click your leader portrait. This is your leader screen where you can review choices you've made about your leader and Civ. There are 4 panels: diplomatic, independent powers, government, and unique abilities. Let's return to this menu at any time by selecting your leader portrait. Ongoing military aid, trade map, open borders, and a farmer's market. We've made a friendly city-state and lots of independence. We're a despot, and we're a god of the sea. Production on fishing bonus with an altar. The capital and new towns gain an adjacent population with their first growth event. 30% production towards the Wei Yang Palace. Shi Dafu is a great person with 1 charge that can be trained in cities with at least 10 population. The specific Shi Dafu received is random. Each one can only be received once, and cost increases per Dafu trained. All right. I can't believe it. Spain just built a city in the way of my Great Wall. +1 happiness for each adjacent Great Wall. Can only be built in a line, cannot branch or fork. Oh, but it can still turn though. It just can't split into multiples. I'm okay with that. We discovered the natural wonder Uluru. Did I? Is it one of these? I'm not clear where the natural wonder is here, but Army commander sneezes at their units. They don't know where it would go. Can't be that harsh. Confucius, walls can't fork. Can confirm. On the coming of age day, a young citizen stands conflicted at the threshold of home, wringing hands calloused by duty. Family is sacred, a unified household divine. But what if someone out there in the world, a new life waits just for them? Let's take culture. We are way behind in culture right now, so. Isabella has established a new trade route to your settlement in the capital. I get 8 gold per turn. I still don't know where this wonder is. Left of the elephants, that's it? Oh, yeah, there we go. You're right. Uluru, cultured on desert terrains in this settlement. Well, that's pretty good. Isabella sparked another diplomatic incident with me. I can actually befriend these guys. Oh, Isabella is befriending them, though. Oh, shoot, I should not have done that then. Fool of a toque. Okay, marble up here would get me production towards wonders. Alternatively, horses are over here and will give me a pasture for cavalry units. Now, I don't have any cavalry units. This also gives me culture. I guess. Serta is hostile to me. Tiwanku is complete. Oh, cool. So we've become suzerain of this city-state. Promote the growth of a city-state by helping it generate food. Generates an additional 15 food per turn while the diplomatic action is active. Lasts for 10 turns. Let's do that. I like the idea that this is a completely sea-based city-state. Because they're just going to grow and have a million fish, I guess. Choose city-state bonus. Through thoughtful diplomacy with the village, you become suzerain. Grants you visibility of its units, powerful ways to levy its resources, and a bonus determined by its specialty. I could take a codex. Allow the construction of the step pyramid. Provides +2 sciences and happiness for every adjacent river tile. That's insane for us. Science buildings, you receive +1 science for every city-state you're suzerain of. 20% production towards constructing science building. I gotta take step pyramids. This is wild. Like, there's so many places I can build that. You're going to poop out a Chuko Nu over here. We're going to shoot this guy. My commander has moved. Shoot that scout. We're going to beat him up. And then we'll also beat that scout up. I mean, I guess here's one of the things. If these guys are hostile to me, we could just kill them. Or take them over. Diplomatic level up point. Happiness per age on the palace and city halls, or +1 influence per age on the palace. Let's get influence. Influence seems extremely valuable. Envoy became the village's new suzerain, and the doors of its knowledge opened before them. Suddenly, there was a wealth of scientific knowledge to apply towards never-before-seen projects. 25 culture or 50 gold. I'm going to take the culture because I kind of make gold. So you get bonuses to farms, pastures, and plantations. That's a plantation, and that is a farm? A pasture? So if I built a granary right here, it would bonus both of those. I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be on a specific resource, but... Getting some extra food in this city doesn't seem like the worst idea. This little tiny river just running completely underneath me. I feel like we're getting a decent amount of income here now as well, so... I am probably going to have to move this guy up here because I'm a little bit worried about Chelkis. Disperse independence, you don't occupy them. Okay. Noted. Somebody has opposed our war. The rulers of Serta are being swayed more and more by Isabella. If we do not spend more influence, they will belong to her. Oh, you can keep adding support. I see, I see, I see. This warrior has like no HP left, so same with this guy. I kind of just want them to like rest. Or I could slurp them and then move them out of here. These guys I'm going to keep because they're defending, they're fortified, and they can actually shoot these guys over here as well. Get them off my silk. And then we'll keep dancing around. Isabella's lining up another army. Probably Isabella helping out her friend who helped her out when you fought Isa. Yeah, maybe. Am I planning on doing another Stellaris run in the future? The 4.0 release is changing so much stuff that players will be learning everything all over again. Yeah, I'm 100% going to be covering the 4.0 of Stellaris. Ain't no doubt about that. I am very much looking forward to that update. The town of Jiyang has grown enough to focus. Focus towns will generate extra yield and other benefits, but be careful, towns can only focus once and are locked into that decision until the rest of the age. While a town has a chosen focus active, it will stop growing and instead send all of its foods to cities it's connected to. A city and town are connected if there's a road between them or if they're both coastal and on the same continent. Once unlocked, you can use merchants to build roads between settlements to ensure they are connected. A town can continue growing even after you've chosen a focus by switching between your focus and the growing town option. Fort town, urban center, farming town, mining town, trade outpost. I mean, I'm going to keep it on a growing town right now because I want it to keep growing. Likewise, I have silk here, silk here. I need this silk still. And that would be 3 silks that we could develop. Plus 10% culture. I mean, I think that's the plan. That feels reasonable to me. Could focus fire this guy, but I honestly, I think we'll just kill him if we just shoot him twice, right? Yeah, for sure we will. I'm trying to figure out is like, how do I heal these warriors right now? And not have these slingers just straight up murder them. Perhaps via temporary fortifications. All right, I think we should definitely get this gold tile. Yeah, we're going to have to burn down Chalkis for sure. If I want to build my Great Wall here. I'm also going to need probably a town somewhere in here as another option. I don't love this, like, constant having to fight these dweebs, but 3 more turns until we can declare peace. A lot of angry independence.
Is the earth, water.
+1 settlement limit.
Plants.
Garden. Hanging
Plants,
garden.
Man. And man, speech.
10% growth rate in all cities. Expansion attribute point. Must be put next to a river. Settlements are for extra. Send you excess happiness. After enough happiness, you will earn a celebration. Turn happiness near fresh water. Slot resources that will grant happiness. Your advisors are here to monitor it at all times. Every adjacent river tile gives happiness. I'm literally thinking I need another settler right now, more than anything else. This town will take 400 if I want to convert it into a city. This counts as a plantation. I think an altar is going to be the most valuable thing I could probably put in this city. You're a firm. You're a firm. Great walls I can kind of build anywhere. I mean, I could build the Great Wall like this and then just like snake it around these mountains. But I'd much rather have this gold. If I had 40% off towards purchasing buildings, I feel like that's extremely valuable, so. Trade challenges. I'm worried how my beloved Void Dwellers will be shafted this time. I mean, there's always a bit of an ongoing balance. I generally trust the Stellaris guys to make the right choice. Typically, things have been good. +1 food on fishing boats. Warehouse foods must be placed on a coast. So this doesn't necessarily say... It's +1 food on fishing boats. It's not +1 food on adjacent fishing boats. And if I build it here, I think I can move the fishing boat here. So I guess it doesn't really matter. I can put it wherever. Like, this is just as good a spot. Great wall. Just settle for a mediocre wall and be happy with it. Could definitely do a mediocre wall. I think we get along well with that. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to put a settler in here. This is the dumbest idea. Nobody is befriending Khotan. I think right now the most ideal thing that I could do is get out of war with her and then wipe Serta off the map, because I'm obviously not going to be able to keep it. You can move one and shoot that slinger. You can move here and shoot that slinger. One of my warriors has disappeared. Oh. I think if you get ranged attacked, they hit everything in your radius. So I think I am short a warrior now. Why won't you let me purchase warriors? Is it just because I don't have... Oh, view hidden. Looks like we have like upgraded Chuko News as well. Can I upgrade these guys? Or is it just showing me every available possible everything? I think that might actually be the case. Man, I love how I was like, I'm not going to go military on my first game. And I'm in such a state of military, constant military. The upgraded archers could be really useful. I got to go bronze working anyway to get to mathematics. So like, we might as well get it now. He died. There was 17 damage last turn. Okay, yeah. So I guess they can get shot then. Good to know. This guy's fine. You live here forever. Basically. So this guy's for sure going to get slung. Yeah, okay. So I don't have any warriors left, this means. River down there has changed. Ibn Batu has changed from friendly to helpful. Yeah, he really likes us. I'd like to get on that kind of term with Charlemagne as well. I think would be valuable. I mean, let's kill the slingers. I'm still showing units there, but they don't actually exist. You guys are going to fortify up in that town. He's going to keep adventuring that away. Monsieur Army Commander. Honestly, I feel like you building fortifications here is the most useful thing right now. Even if they are temporary. Warriors take 2 turns. Promotion available on the Army Commander. I think let's take probably Bastion. +1 movement on land and ignores terrain movements when packed. I like this idea because it does allow you to get your Army Commander around a bit more, but I don't foresee him needing to move so much as he has to defend right now. So we're going to take a point into Bastion. You're going to shoot those sons of guns down there. You're going to have to deal with the more pressing issue. The volcano here has erupted. Someone built the Hanging Gardens. The agenda of Isabella has changed our relationship. Okay. And our scout was destroyed by a slinger, so we no longer have scouts. Production, happiness. Yeah, this still seems like the right idea. You're getting slayed here. I can swap. That's good to know. And they have fortifications in that settlement, so they stay fortified. Let's punish her. Just a smidge. I mean, my army commander can't attack, but he can build fortifications. So we might as well. Soldiers' bodies lie in row before the enemy. Those that stand do so with fearsome courage. 25 heal on all units or reckless ability. 3 combat strength when attacking, -2 when defending. Let's just heal. Gee, jibbity jillikers. These guys need to heal. Army commander is going to continue building those fortifications for another turn. I think my settler is ready. Here's the problem. Not a lot of spots left to settle. I guess if we went here, this would complete the idea of my Great Wall. And that is a really good location. Shidafu, the great person with 1 charge can be built. Let's do that. Special unit. Can't rename units? Doesn't look like it. No, looks like they took that out. 25% progress has been made towards completing the age. Through none of the things I had planned, but... Display 10 codices in your empire. Oh, we could plug one of these in right now. In the library. Okay, we got nice fortifications here. We're going to have to help that guy out. 20 food or +1 gold in all settlements. Take the 20 food. I suppose I should maybe move these guys up on Sirta and just see if we can destroy it. Your civilization has produced a great person unit. Each great person has a unique effect which can be activated in special locations. +1 science to all codices in this city. I mean, that seems great. We'll take it. This city remains ready to grow. I think they've collected all of like the special units here. Clay pit for 2 food resources. Just thinking I don't have this tile right now, so I have a choice on whether or not I choose to block this guy in entirely or if I let him sort of expand down that way. I can't really get to that gold. This would give me the most resources. It's also 2 food, 1 production. Oh, it does also block that off as well, so... I have a possibility of getting camels. For whatever we decide that might be worth. Fortified district that must be conquered. +3 combat strength to fortified districts in all settlements. Ageless must be placed adjacent to a district. That could be really good if we put it right here. Because this is a choke point. 19 turns. Step pyramids, saw pits, the garden. I mean, I do also need some warriors. I was kind of hoping that I could hold off 5 turns and then make spearmen. Oh, I can keep making these guys now too. The fishing key is also pretty good here. What do we have? We have 17 food, 15 production. We have the altar in this city, so extra boats are nice because they provide us with additional production. Yeah, honestly, this is a good purchase for us. I also like our town just sort of expanding across the river a little bit, so. Only rename them once they had a level. Since promotions are only on army commanders, you can't rename units anymore. I guess that seems to be the case, yeah. These guys are ready for their specialization, but still, I don't really know that I want to change it. I'd like to see if I could get them 1 more growth and steal those camels. We have a little bit of money. But if I save up, I could turn this into a city. But also, a granary is good here. Farms, pastures, and plantations, because all these silk farms are going to be plantations. Didn't realize I would take an extra slot with that. Interesting. Okay, so these guys are kind of fortified on the edge here, but I think if I can, it would be wise to maybe move them up and see if we can start making a play on Cirta. These guys have gone for the ivory down here on their latest expansion. So we'll try to get 170 there in with Khotan. She's going to become suzerain in this at 2 turns, so. Incite an independent power to raid another civilization for 2 turns. Interesting. Oh, I wonder. I guess it's like that's probably why they were attacking me then. So we now have 3 silk in our empire. As long as we can now actually build these up, we should be able to unlock the special dynasty for Confucius. So we'll keep growing this town in the meantime. It's a lot of hoplites on my border. What are you working on at fishing key? So I can't shoot these guys at range, I suppose. But we'll see if there can be any other changes. In the meantime, we will build right here. This is a great spot because there's also a nice stone here. So if I actually build that Great Wall up in this way, it will work. I could, if I wanted, go from these mountains down to this mountain. And then to wherever. Number of resources that can be assigned to a city by 2. Oh, that's kind of nice. I do want to take as much away from Isabella as I possibly can. At the same time, I'm also like valuable resources in all directions. There's a science location here as well. I'm gonna go like that first. And then like this. Couple small farms. What do we think? Are the mixed reviews legit? I think the mixed reviews will go away probably by the time the first patch comes out. Most of the thing that people are complaining about are fairly easy fixes. The UI is the only more complicated thing, and they've already apparently said that they're going to be working on that like as top priority, which is not really a surprise considering given the reaction. I'm really enjoying the game. It feels like Civ to me. There are some bugs for sure, but you know, it's also release. Oh, look at this little sneak. Get out of here. Oh, you're kidding me. I got kicked out of Serta. She suzerained it the turn I was going to attack. All right, we're slurping. I suppose Corinthos is going to be like our next big thing then. And honestly, if I have this defended, fairly safe to keep. Looks good to me. Oh, visually, it is a feast for the eyes. What they managed to do in making things look like little dioramas is like they clearly had a goal set out and it's worked very well for that. Isabella bullying you, man. Can't let that slide. This is the 1.0 release, yep. Yeah, it's not like it's not an early access release. And it does cost a lot of money, so like people are upset, but I don't like blame them for their complaints. I think the complaints that we're seeing right now are valid complaints. I think that a lot of people are being a bit overly complaining about like little things that don't matter quite so much, but it varies. So can I deploy, say, a Chokunu here? Oh, I have no movement. That's why I can't do it. Eruption and one of the deadliest explosions known to mankind. Befriending Serta has been canceled. What about Khotan? Can we start befriending them? We can. Let's do this. So we'll get suzerainty of Khotan. And we have suzerainty of them. So what I'd really like to do is, during the next war, is destroy Chalkis and Serta. Actually, I guess what I'd really like to do is take Chalkis and then maybe build my own settlement down here on Serta. Signed at the bonus, the Age of Heroes. Interesting. Tony Beeswax, by the way, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Kind of hard to see what building districts have from a distance. Yeah, there's a little bit of like readability. It's very hard to see like, oh, what was this again? Oh, that was a granary. Okay, this was a fishing key. Like, what is, okay, I guess that's my capital. Like, what did I build here? It's not always like super clear. Some sort of overlays. could be good. You know, it does feel like we're kind of missing some lens views. Some of these could be fixed with modding, but obviously, you know, it being developed not through modding is also generally a better choice. Hey, we finally get merchants.
He heard these horrors.
And bronze working. Okay. +2 influence a turn. Over +2 culture. Culture is definitely what I am weakest at right now, which is a crying shame because we have triple silk. But we picked up bronze working. I don't think we need mastery of it. Masonry could get us monuments. Pyramid, golden production on rivers. Production of mines and quarries. Baths and markets. Engineering is locked. I wouldn't be able to tell you necessarily what I think currency is locking it, and I need that for mathematics, so we're going to go for currency. And for civics, we picked up code of laws. Oh, this is where the Wei Yang Palace is, which is a really good special building for us. 25% food in town, domestic production towards culture buildings. I also get the Wei Yang Palace from here, though, if I go for Junzi. Science in the capital, science from specialists. Influence on the palace, pluses to science buildings. 24 turns, 44 turns. We're going to go for hand civics. Oh, yeah, you don't have an army, do you? That's a good point. Upgrade unit to the next unit of the same class. Ah, because we have bronze working now. We can upgrade our guys. Our new support unit, the merchant, should be moved to a foreign settlement to establish a trade route. You'll need to train a new merchant for each trade route you want to set up. A trade route grants you access to other settlements' resources, which then can be allocated to your own settlements. To Isabella. To Corinthos. To Chalkis. Yeah, I mean... Trade route to the village. So am I getting access to all of these things if I do this route? I guess I must be. How does this work? Build a road to friendly settlement. No settlements within range that need a road connection back to this settlement. I would disagree with that. I don't know that Handan has a... Make a trade route. Narrow settlements where trade routes can be established. Oh, they have to be between these paths. Okay, so you have to move if I want to put you somewhere. Okay, you can manually do it. Corinthos, part of the Greek Empire, is overflowing with valuable commodities and 3 resources. Thriving markets are a sign of thriving societies. We should dispatch a merchant and make a trade agreement. Great. I am working on that. You ended up spitting out both of those guys, so that didn't quite work like I wanted it to. Add to army. Add to army. Add to army. There we go. it's a little finicky sometimes with the way that that's being selected. And it looks like this warrior got automatically upgraded to his spearman. Unfortunately, the turn counter on building him is still really, really bad. Man, I'd really like to build some other stuff. 10% production towards land units. Like, why can't I build on the other side of the river? It's very frustrating. Happiness to the east, southwest, and the west. That's definitely the best place for us to build a step pyramid. A granary is being recommended here, but there's nowhere really that it shines to me. Does not remove warehouse bonuses on a tile. Must be placed on tiles with natural happiness. Okay. I could build the incense place, but that was through growth. So you claim these resources through growth points, not necessarily through other things, through building. Why these guys got little chevrons underneath them? Is he upgrading all of his units here now? I want to upgrade this city. Convert to city. Yes. Hooray. Challenge complete. Urban upgrade. Now, what do I want to build in this city? An altar would be very good. It would increase all of these fishing boats to +1 production. Kind of seems like the obvious choice for me. So let's just build it out there. This town can grow a little bit. We could pick up a wool. We could pick up those camels, or I could move over here and start working on towards that gold in them there hills. This would give me +1 science, which I do love. This would give me... It would also lock down that gold. Yeah, okay, let's do that. I'm going a little bit greedy on some stuff in that, like, I probably should be developing the stuff that I have instead of just trying to grab choke points, but... You know, it wouldn't be me playing a game if I wasn't trying to overexpand at least a little bit. This is saying I have things to assign, but I clearly don't. No war we're in it. Let's get out of this war. This war is a waste of my time. Like, we don't need to be in this. It might be making us unhappy. This music is intense. I'm kind of wondering where I should put this other Chokunu. I kind of want to, like, put him in one of these spots. I think I'm just going to move his army up that way in general. Get ready for a probable war of Spanish hostility. Okay, merchant, you're going to go there. You're going to go here. You're out of movement. Who is this? Totan? You shouldn't be at war with me. I respect if you are, but I would like you to leave. Maybe I need some bridges. Man, bridges would be great if we could build those. Yeah. Expand rural tiles across the river, but not quarters. Yeah, and I don't know. It's like maybe if I build certain things that cross, you know, that it will then let me. Right? Like technically I built this, but the tiles it's touching, I couldn't really build in any of those. So I wonder, like, if I built an urban tile here and this was empty, could I have built another urban tile here? This I do not know. Intense States sounds like one of my weekends. Maybe try boats? Wouldn't mind some boats. A farmer's market. Do I want to put points into this? I do have... Well, I have 2 towns. One of my towns has been upgraded right now, so... Honestly, I think the money is more valuable to me. Okay. Granaries, Great Walls. I think I'd like to build this. I like the idea of this. It's in a really good choke point. City cannot be captured as long as walled fortifications still stand. Constructing them in your city center is best. Building them in other districts increases your security, as an invader will have to destroy all the fortified districts in order to cap the city. Oh, actually, I should probably put the spearman there and have him fortified with the Chukonu behind it. Then I could put Chukonus all up in this hill as well. You are being threatened. But only kind of. West to Wasat. Oh, I have to put him in the AI city in order to do that. I see. I see, I see. So let's have these 2 switch, and then that spearman can fortify there. You started an endeavor with me, that's fine. Army homie, you are honestly fine to just like chill out here. I guess you can also fortify, you might as well. It's a lot of units popping up down here, man. Maybe we should add support on these guys so that this is faster. I don't really want to be hit by any more armies if I can avoid it. Isabella has built a great stele. We have a celebration. We might as well take science. More culture on the palace. These guys are just taking shots wherever they can. You guys are building an altar. This city is almost got its next level where it can grab those camels. I think it's developed all these other resources. Plantation, pasture, mine. Yeah, so that's fine. We let that grow and it can take that. Honestly, Jinyang is probably at a point that we could turn this into a city as well. 600 gold is the only problem. Perion, hello. How we doing? Ton of fortifications here. This is kind of cool. The fortifications, if you build them next to each other, they only fortify the outside terrain. So like there's no gap. There's like a gap in between here. Visually, I quite like that. Merchant. Make a trade route. Gain the 3 resources present in this settlement. Trade routes will award the player who initiated a copy of each resource, and the other person gets gold. So now in Handan City, I could say put science, or I could put these dates for food and happiness. Production and happiness, plus 10 culture. What if I did this and just stacked extra science in my capital? And Handan became the culture city, which makes sense because it's where all the silk is. Trade caravan lost in the wilderness. The merchant in charge argues over how to find their route. He insists he can read the stars. 25 science or 25 culture. Pick science. We're science focused. Are we still in the first stage? Yeah, we're 30% through the first stage. That's it. Which is shockingly not that much. We're only 62 turns in, though. Gold! And I also get to now unlock Kowlin the next time we grow. You keep shooting dweebs. Ah, cool. So I have a little trade caravan here that now goes back and forth, I guess, building this road. That's neat. If we pick up this. I can't grow anymore, so I can't actually get those camels. So I didn't actually need to build that farm. Dang. Dang, Daniel. Calends used to make porcelain in China. Porcelain / China. Okay, okay. Handing in all the silk. 3 tiles from the city. Yeah, I'm a little too slow in noticing that. That's okay. This is a town with double pastures and a mine. Oh, I guess I could get those dyes, would be the other thing I could pick up here. We're going to make it a farming town. I am going to try to convert this one into a city. I just ain't sure when. This is probably going to be like a fortification town. Kills the slingers. I need a second library. It's one of my quests, so I really should slap a Slim Jim in over here. It's bonuses from nearby resources. Yeah, nothing really doubling up anywhere here, though. Okay. That is what it is.
When I was young, I thought that money was the most important thing in life.
Now I'm old, and I know that it was. Ivan Batuta has declared war on Charlemagne. That's a bit of a surprise. Permanently increase the number of trade routes you can establish with their civilization by 1. Research collaboration. Accepted. I receive 4 science per turn. Other leader receives 2 science per turn. Dude, we should do a research collab with this guy. A river down here has flooded. But that ain't too bad a problem. Need that hero on the southern town for the XP farm. Actually, yeah, you are correct on that. I should move my army commander down here. 100%. Good call. So that's currency. Lighthouse gives us gold for coastal terrains and rivers. Adjacent coastal terrains and rivers. Hamunga Maui, +1 culture and food on fishing boats in this settlement. That would be really good in my culture city. Navigation's not a bad idea. Engineering gives us the amphitheater and the blacksmith. Let's go for navigation. If I built a lighthouse here, it would pick up a crazy amount of bonuses. And then if I built that culture building down here, obviously probably like right here, it would be really good. Keep on shooting, little doggies. This guy's got to be almost 2 turns away. I'm a bit worried because I haven't had the opportunity to build proper fortifications. Ally myself with Ibn Battuta. Is that something I want to do? He is... Okay, I'm doing best in science. He's not doing very well. It kind of feels like Charlemagne would be the better alliance here for me. That being said, he has an insane amount of room to grow into, so I don't know why he's doing so bad. Goose, hello. Blame the past elf for press escape and load the game. Macho Man, a selectable leader. Oh man, wouldn't that be nice? Risky if he gets attacked, yeah. Like, he's in a war already. I'm gonna reject him. It just, like, doesn't really make sense. Gone from helpful to friendly. Specialists in cities, like rural populations, which can be placed on unimproved tiles. Specialists can be placed on existing urban tiles to create dense urban districts. While they can increase science and culture, they also increase happiness and food needs. Might be best to place specialists until rural tiles become less desirable. Urban tiles are created by placing buildings on a rural tile. Urban tiles with at least one building are referred to as districts. When an urban tile is completely occupied by buildings from their current age or ageless, it's designated as a quarter. Only cities can gain specialists. So, like, I have a library of some kind, don't I? The city currently allows one specialist per tile. So how do I add the specialist? Handan also is allowed to have a specialist. Is it just things like the great person? You grow pops and then you place the specialist. Oh, okay. So like instead of growing to another tile, you reinforce a tile with your growth. Ah, here, okay. Okay. You know what? Maybe I just click the button instead of trying to figure it out. Cool. Right, because like I don't really need any more of these new tiles. I can't get to those sheep. So I could get extra science here from this guy. Oh, I could also get these horses, actually. That's probably not a bad idea to get these horses. Seeing as they are a good tile. All right, I'm going to start fortifying with this dude. I know he's got more stuff that he could be shooting, but... Also, like... We're going to go friendly in a turn, so... Age progress increases a small amount every turn, but will also increase by larger amounts when a milestone is completed, a future tech or civic is researched, or a leader is defeated. Once the meter is completely filled, the antiquity age will give way to exploration, and all leaders will enter an age transition where they decide what legacy to carry forward. Complete milestones on legacy paths and unlock more powerful legacy options. Our rivals in the Greek have planned out work to begin on Dur Shakern, which is what we're building. Let's see if we can't build ours faster. Can I speed this up in any way? I want to click that, but I'm afraid of what will happen if I do. The answer is nothing. I also guess like I can't focus my city on production either. Is sort of no longer a thing. Can you guys fortify and shoot on the same turn? Oh well. Reducing food can make your scaling slower, so you can't leverage the science income. It depends. I see. Okay, yeah. No great engineer to Fast and Furious, I wonder. Plan production in advance. Get production from events as well. Right, yes. Khotan is now friendly with us. Then they will become a city-state in 5 turns. Isabella has changed our relationship. Oh, it's gotten better. We used to be minus 85. Now we're minus 60. Won the race to become suzerain of a city-state. Minus 30. Oh, these guys are not Khotan armies. I am just now suddenly realizing. And I very much do want to get rid of them. I can have my army commander dig fortifications. You guys need to lock down Silk. And then... I mean, I could just, like, do something like that. Oh. Milestone complete. Challenge complete. Play game 1. Gain an economic legacy point for spent... Gain an economic attribute point. For economics. Assign 20 resources to your settlement. Spend for bonuses in the next age. 1 economic attribute point. Improve trade relations with a civilization. Research mathematics and build an academy. Build a wonder. Construct any wonder. You've achieved a first milestone on a legacy path. The first time a milestone is completed, the age progress meter increases. When it's full, the age will end and the players will enter transition. Each milestone grants a legacy point to any civilization that completes it. 4 types of legacy points each for each legacy path. So do I also get a level up point for that? No. Good to know. Played game 1, right? Bit of a strange one. Isabella completes a milestone for the Silk Road as well. That guy's going to drop some fortifications in. And we're going to keep cruising. A small line named Rhymes. A squall line named Rhymes has developed and is headed to the east. The storm will cause destruction over the next 2 turns. Okay, that's not really an issue for me. I'm going to upgrade that Choku Nu. 550. I guess I could have waited. I do have room for one more settlement, but I think it's probably going to be taken somewhat militarily. Amina completed a milestone for Silk Roads, finished building the Terracotta Army, and has created a trade route into Chang'an, giving me 12 gold per turn. Yes, ma'am. Don't mind if I do. Dude, I am worried about how many hoplites Spanish Rome has. Though they've been moving them around a lot. Originally, they were all up here, and they've kind of shifted to the southern border now. I could incite a raid on them, but I feel like that's just going to level them up. So I'm not sure that's worth. Squall line, spit and rhymes. Can't wait till we get muskets. I love linear warfare for some reason. Barbarous, hello. I discovered you watching the Age of Wonders 4 VODs. First time catching you live. Hope you enjoy Civ 7. I am very much enjoying it. I'm glad you enjoyed the Age of Wonders stuff. I love playing it. I can't wait for them to drop some more expansions. So I have a very good reason to go back to it instead of just playing it to death like I normally do. We are going to be playing a lot of Civ 7. I have a pretty strong feeling over the coming weeks. Which I don't mind one bit. Because it's been very enjoyable. Isabella declared war on Ibn Battuta. What? She's going to march all of her armies down there? What, and leave her capital defenseless? She wouldn't be that foolish, would she? Khotan has bestowed us a gift of a spearman. Excellent. That's fantastic news for me. I really needed another spearman. You sirs hooked me up. Well, I feel like pushing them out that way is going to be the way to go then. You're going to keep shooting dudes up here. Spanish Rome, don't you mean Isabella, Greece? I mean, you know, it's same difference, is it not? What, are we getting semantics here? +2 food to the capital, +4 food to any other city. Let's take that. This finishes kind of my encirclement here. I do want a city here, and I want my Great Wall. 550. We can build that into a city next turn. Why can't you go in there? Oh, in any other city. But not in towns. All right, well, I got some extra silk on hand then. The age has changed. This might be my favorite civ yet. Let's go. I'm liking how it looks. Nah, how did she beat me to this? You've got to be kidding me. I started that so many turns ahead of her. That's infuriating. What's even worse is that, like, Petra is my only other wonder. And it's not good here. I have, like, one desert tile. Oh, that sucks. Smells like a war to be. Smells very much like a war to me. I think we're going to need to figure out our war path. Mausoleum of Theodoric. Dude, I don't know where she built that. Durshakur and the Great Steel, both in her capital. I think. All right, we're going to Wardeck here for certain. Mount Kilimanjaro gives her tons of production. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah, 4 production per tile. And she gets 3 of those. Greasy. Marble gives a bonus to wonder construction as well. I mean, I have marble. That's the funny part. You're going to get upgraded. And then I'm going to start building your wall. I think I'm going to start building you here. Let us begin the Great Wall. The greatest of all walls. And I think she does have marble as well. Yeah, she does have marble too. I think with that, with the beginning of the Great Wall, we'll cut our first video there and come back for another video in the next one. So for those of us on YouTube, thank you for joining us. For everybody on Twitch, hang on tight.